Welcome to day 19 of Black History Month, 28 days of Black excellence. I'm your host, Faith Amour, and today we are delving into the world of space exploration and medicine and public speaking. A lot of worlds in this one person. I'm wondering if you know who this is. She was the first Black woman to travel into space. In fact, the first woman of any other color to travel into space. She practiced medicine. She is Dr. Mae Jemison. Let's find out all about her. Mae Jemison. She was born in Decatur, Alabama, October 17th, 1956. She lived in Chicago with her family and grew up there. And as a child, she knew she wanted to be a scientist and go to space. On the on the show Star Trek at the time, there was a Black actress. She was Nichelle Nichols, and she portrayed Lieutenant Uhura. This was a little before my time. I think that's how you say her name. And watching her on the show made Mae even more interested in space. So she loved nature, she loved human physiology, the human body. And so her parents were super supportive of her pursuing science, and her teachers didn't seem to be as enthusiastic. When she was a child, she would look around and see all the astronauts and realize that they're mostly male and there weren't enough females in her opinion. So she wanted to do something about that. While she was a kid, she was actually put into dance lessons, and she was strongly considering going into dance as opposed to the sciences. But at age 16, she went to Stanford University, and despite the racism and discrimination from her teachers that she received while she was there, she was just confident enough and perhaps naive enough to make it through the sciences, even though it was a very white male-dominated space. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering and a Bachelor of Arts in African and African American Studies, studying space to some degree, and also heading the Black Students Union and choreographing musical and dance productions. What I'm hearing there is she was a very, very busy young woman with great time management. Had to be. So she also ended up going to Cornell to study medicine, and she traveled to Cuba, Thailand, and East Africa as part of her program and became a general practitioner in Los Angeles, California. She joined the Peace Corps in '83 and she took care of the Corps volunteers, and this was in Liberia and Sierra Leone. She supervised staff. She had quite a busy time there, also helping to do vaccine research for the Center for Disease Control, the CDC. Now to the part of her career that we know well. After returning to Los Angeles to set up another practice, she applied to the NASA space program, which she'd been thinking about for years. And out of 2,000, she was selected as one of 15 to join. And she ended up going in 1992 and flying her first space mission on the Space Shuttle Endeavour, spending 8 days in orbit in space and orbiting the Earth 127 times. Honestly, I'm dizzy just thinking about it. Whew. So, what's so cool is that her life actually had a very cool full circle moment. In 1993, after having watched Star Trek as a child and wanting to go to space, now she had, and she was invited by LeVar Burton of Star Trek to be part of an episode. And, oh, actually, let me see right here, to be part of an episode. And she said yes. And she ended up being upon, the Starship Enterprise? Is that what it was called? And she was the first real astronaut to have appeared on Star Trek. One of the craziest parts of this is that she ended up being friends with the very woman that inspired her all those years ago to go into space. So, the very, very cool full circle, bringing everything back around. And I think there we go. There it is. There they are together. So, now, what has she done since leaving NASA? So since leaving NASA, she has done a lot of public speaking. She has foundations. She has science camps where she encourages young girls to get involved in science. Just a lot of different endeavors through her foundations. She's one of Lego's minifigures for Women of NASA. And ultimately, oh, I think I mentioned the forum with First Lady Michelle Obama in 2009 for Promising Young Girls. Yeah, so she just really wants to give back and to ensure that she's not just the first and last, that there's a legacy of other young African Americans getting into the sciences, going up into space. And I thought this was a very fitting person to speak about today, as we had a recent landing on Mars by the Perseverance rover. So it was just the right time. So with regards to what she has received or what she's done, she's received numerous awards for science, for her pioneering spirit, from Essence, the Science and Technology Award, McCall's 10 Outstanding Women from the 90s, in 93, the National Women's Hall of Fame, in 1993, People Magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People in the World, in 2002, listed among the 100 Greatest African Americans, according to Molefi Kede Asante. And in 2004, the International Space Hall of Fame, among so many others. So one of the things that stood out for me in her story was just the fact that seeing someone like her doing extraordinary things in this area, she said, yeah, I want to do that too. And then she went ahead and she did it. I thought that was phenomenal. Sorry, I'm not sure if my mic is picking up my earring. I'm sure I'll find out soon enough. Yeah, and so representation really does matter in all aspects. So the question or the challenge is, what can you, what can I, what can we do today in the spirit of Mae Jemison? What did you want to be in the world? And is there a way that you can still be part of it now and create your own full circle moment? Who can you encourage? How can you perhaps help open a door? I challenge you to be the first, to be the best. No fear, and be the one that we talk about for years to come. If there's anything in her story that stood out for you, let me know in the comments. And today we learned about Mae Jemison, a great scientist. What's that word again? Doctor and astronaut, and just a pioneering spirit who was not afraid to go after her dreams. And I love that about her. If you enjoyed the program, hit the like button and share. And as I say every time, we look back so we can look forward to a better world. See you tomorrow when we talk about another important instance in Canadian Black history. Wherever you're watching from, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, I'm Faith Amour, and I thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.